Hey everyone, Linda here. Welcome back to AdoreR. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Come back at you with a video. I'm going to do my favorite books that I've read and enjoyed. I rated them a 4 or 5 star. And I'm going to also look on Goodreads and see what the ratings are. What do my ratings compare to the ratings on Goodreads? See how the people on Goodreads rated them. But these are some books that I really enjoyed. I highly recommend them. So let's get started. I'm only going to do 4 because I don't want this to be a long video. First up is Prince Joe. This is my first book that I've ever read by Suzanne Brockmann. This is in the Silhouette Intimate Moments. When they used to do Silhouette, I don't think they're doing that line anymore, but I used to love Silhouette. I think I used to get them in the mail. I think I mentioned before that I used to get Harlequin, Silhouette, and all those books in the mail. But this one, my sister used to work at the library, and she came home with some books, and this was one of the books in there, and I read this, and I fell in love with it. And this is Prince Joe by Suzanne Brockmann. This is book number 1 in the Tall, Dark, and Dangerous. So when I read this, I think I read most of the books in the Tall, Dark, and Dangerous series. But this one right here was my favorite out of all of them. And this is going to be on a Navy SEAL. His name is Joe. And he's going to be impersonating a prince. He's been tasked to impersonate a prince because this prince's life has been threatened by some terrorists. So he looked like the prince. So they got him impersonating the prince. And they're going to hire this lady, Victoria, to come and help him learn how to be a prince and teach him all the ways of being a prince. And they're going to fall in love. And talking about memorable moments in here. It has some. My favorite moment is when after everything is over and the terrorists have been caught, and he come back in his uniform and he's cut his hair, because in here when he's impersonating the prince, his hair is longer. And he come back and she opened the door and see him standing there, and she's like in shock because she's never seen him in his uniform. Oh my God, that was I read that. I think I read that over a couple of times because that was my favorite moment of her seeing him in his uniform and he looking all dashing and stuff in his uniform with his haircut. But she told him she didn't like him she liked him with his hair longer. Oh my goodness, because she was just touching him and looking, because she was like, wow, And I was like, wow too. I was like, I just could imagine. And I was like all up in my feelings on that one, boy. And that what made me fall in love with this book was that scene, because I remember that scene out of all of them. Is him coming back in his uniform, looking all dashing and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, Joe. So I highly recommend this. If you haven't read any of Susan Brockmann book, check in her Tall, Dark, and Dangerous series. You need to check it out, especially this book, Prince Joe, by Suzanne Brockmann. It's the Silhouette Intimate Moments. And when was this published? This was published back in 1996. So let's see what it got on Goodreads here right quick. I'm going to stop my camera and let me find it. All right, here it is right here. Totally different. I hope you can see it there. It's a totally different cover because they don't redid the cover. But there you go, Prince Joe. And on here they gave it 3.96. What? Man, I gave that book a 5. I'm going to say I gave it a 5. That was one of my favorite books. I gave it a 5 rating. I give it a 5 out of 5 out of 5. I give it a 5. I love that book. Yeah, somebody rated a 3. There go a 5 star. I'm with you, Buggy. Oh man, somebody gave it a 2. Oh my goodness, they're doing the most. I loved it. I highly recommend it. Prince Joe by Suzanne Brockmann. And it's book number 1 in the Tall, Dark, and Dangerous series. Next I have Stud by Cheryl Brooks. This is book number 8 in the Cat Star Chronicles. If you haven't read the Cat Star, have any of you read the Cat Star Chronicles? I liked it. I think I bought quite a few books in this series, but this was my favorite, and it's Stud. And this was on Tarth. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. Tarth and Lucinda. And Tarth is from a race. His race has been killed out, and most of the men in this in his race, they're like part cat or something. I forgot what they were. They're trying to what are they? Repopulate their race, because like I said, something happened in their race. Most of their race have been killed out, so the men who survive and the few women who survive, they're going around trying to repopulate their race with humans. And this guy right here, he's just been going around offering his services to different women, and that's how he's going to meet Lucinda. And with her family, her self-absorbed family, you know, they're telling her she's never going to get a man because she's so plain and stuff like that. So I was like, that what made me, when I read this synopsis, that what made me want to read this. And it turned out to be really, really good. And she's going to meet Tarf, and they're going to fall in love. But I loved it. And this is the Cat Star Chronicles. This was book number 8 in the Cat Star Chronicles. And this is Stud by Cheryl Brooks. So let's see, what did this get on Goodreads here. Here it is right here. I hope you can see it there. And it got 4.5. So that's good, because I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And I'll show you some of the other books. They might have them on here in the series here. Let's see here. I think Slave was book number 1. I got that downstairs somewhere. Yeah, this is book number 1. If you want to start at the beginning, that's book number 1 in the Cat Chronicle series. I enjoyed that one too, because that book, I think I read this book, and then I started reading the rest of them. But I have Slave downstairs somewhere. But this one, Stud, is my favorite. Next I have is My False Heart by Liz Carlyle. Now this book, it started out really, really slow, but I just kept reading because I like Liz Carlyle writing. So I was like, just let me keep reading. So once I did, I really, really enjoyed it. This is going to be on Elliot Armstrong and Evangeline. She's an artist, and he's an aristocrat, and he's going to be, I don't know, he's going somewhere, and I think his carriage break down or something, and he ends up finding this house, going to this house that he see out there where his carriage has broke down at, and that's where he meets Evangeline, and he ends up staying there for some reason. I forgot what happened, and they're going to fall in love from there. But I really, really enjoyed this, My False Heart by Liz Carlyle. And it's a really, really good read. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. Have any of you read anything by Liz Carlyle? My False Heart. She's an excellent writer. So let me see what they got on Goodreads here. This is in a series too. I'll be like, where all these series come from? Because it don't even say nothing about a series in here. But if you look here, it said this is the Family and Clan Cameron series. This is book 1. It got a 3.84, but I enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. Because like I said, it did start out slow, but after that, I flew right through the book. I really enjoyed it. This is not going good for me, y'all. Got 2 books with a 3-star. Oh my goodness. And last book I have is Delilah Marvel. I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, Delilah Marvel, and Forever a Lord. And this, I know this is in a series. I don't know if this is book 2 or book 3. This might be book 2. I don't know, but when I look at Goodreads, I'll find out. And I like this one because the guy in here, I think he got kidnapped from his family or something happened, but now he's coming back to claim his rightful place in society in London. But he's you know, he's been on hard times, and he boxed. He's a bare knuckle boxer because they didn't have no gloves back then, and they fought with their fists. And he's gonna meet what is her name in here? Imogen. He's gonna meet Imogen, and this is one of the ones where they're gonna get married before the book is over. I really, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. It was a good read. I highly recommend it. I give it 4.5 stars. And this is Forever a Lord by Delilah Marvel. I liked it because he was a bare knuckle boxer. And I don't know if she's going to be kind of sickly or something. I can't remember. But I really, really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Check it out. So can I get 2 books that were 3 stars on Goodreads and 2 books that were 4 star? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Get it to come up here. Here it is. It's book number 3 in the, it said The Rumor. So this is in the Rumor series, and this is book number 3. No, it barely made it. It gave it a 3.93, but I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5 star. I really, really enjoyed it. Let's go down here and look at some of See what? Oh, somebody gave it 5, and there go a 5-star. What happened? There go another 5-star. So what? How did we get at 3.93? I don't even know. I'm just gonna say I gave it 4.5 stars. And there you go, Delilah Marvel, Forever Allured, and it's book number 3 in the Rumor series. I got the other 2 books. I bought the whole series, but this was my favorite. I really enjoyed it. So check it out. So that's all I have for now. My 3 favorites here. I got Forever Allured by Delilah Marvel, My False Heart by Liz Carlyle, Stud, book number 8 in the Cat Star Chronicle, Cheryl Brooks, and book number 1 in the Tall and Dangerous series, Prince Joe by Suzanne Brockmann. So if any of you read any of these, let me know what you thought about it. Did you enjoy them, or were you like some of them on Goodreads and gave them a 3? All of these, this right here I give a 5. All the rest I gave a 4.5 stars. So I really enjoyed them. So check them out if you haven't, and let me know what you thought about them if you haven't read them. That's all I have for now. Until next time, keep reading those romances, and I'll see you later. Bye.